Foundation Program Committee meeting to order at 4:30 PM. Is there a motion to approve the agenda? All those in favor? Aye. Is there a motion to approve the meeting minutes from May 13th meeting? Second, all those in favor? Aye. Okay, we'll move on to public comments. At this time, comments from the audience may be made on items not listed on the agenda that are of public interest and within the subject matter jurisdiction of the district. The committee has a policy of limiting speakers to not more than 3 minutes. The committee cannot take action on items not listed on the agenda. Public input may be offered on an agenda item when it comes up for discussion and/or action. Are there any public comments right now?
No public comments.
Are there any public comments regarding something that's not on the agenda? No? Okay, so we'll move on to Chief Executive Officer report, which there is none. Move on to old business. Number 1 is the grant payment schedule. Are there any questions regarding the grant payment schedule?
No, maybe. So I'm looking at the amount or the balance, 537,489. Anything else expected to be taken out of that?
No, the foundation, those funds could be used either with grant applications once that's reopened or by other direction of the board. The thing to note right now, we have kind of 2 pots of funds, and we talked about this at the finance committee yesterday as well. So that the behavioral health initiative, there's 710,000, which the board designated. So that could be used towards behavioral health initiative at some point, whether, in the past we've done RFPs. We've had situations where grant applications come in on the district side that the board's decided to utilize the foundation funds to do so. And then we've had other board designations to utilize those funds for specific purposes, such as the homelessness initiative. But the 537 at the bottom, that number, the main one to focus on right above that 465,000 is remaining carryover funds, which when we get to the end of the fiscal year, those will still be available. For the other ones, the grant budget, we won't utilize this year, and that 46,000 was unexpended funds from a prior grant. So the 465 will be will still be available as of next year, but the other funds would not carry over. They were just for potential use this year.
Okay. Could these funds be used for sponsorship if the sponsorship request would be moved from the district and be requested from the foundation?
I would have to check with legal counsel as far as those elements, but really, the foundation funds are at the discretion of the board. So.
Yeah, if we can get Jeff's input on it. That would be good. Thank you.
We'll move on to mobile medical clinic campaigns. Alejandro?
Yeah, the first one is our DPMG Health partnership with a mobile clinics operation. Just the update, we are heading to the home stretch with our contract with DPMG Health. We have some upcoming clinics. Tomorrow we will be at Coachella Valley High School doing sports physicals. On Saturday, we'll be doing the Women's Wellness Clinics, and DPMG Health specifically does the pap smears. We'll be at Volunteers in Medicine, as I've mentioned previously at our board meeting. That's a newly established partnership with Volunteers in Medicine, are referring the qualifying women to our women wellness clinics. They were being referred elsewhere, but some of those funding streams that allowed them to do that dried up. So we established this new partnership with them. We also have our general clinic on June 17th in partnership with Martha's Village and Kitchen. Our homeless clinic in Desert Hot Springs on the 18th. We have our general clinic at Jóvenes AA, which is a recovery home in Sky Valley. And we have our pediatric clinic on Saturday, June 27th in Mecca. And then lastly, we'll have the sports physicals for the DHS high school students. With physicals, just want to note that we service all but 2 high schools here in the Coachella Valley. And those is because they have parents that are physicians, and they decided to do some of those, which are Rancho and Palm Springs high schools. But all of the other high schools, we did the sports physicals, and just in the month of May, we did well over 1,000 sports physicals. So really, really great partnership that we have there to do these types of events out in the community.
Is that required? So they have to have a physical before they can get like involved in football or baseball or?
Yeah, it's a requirement by CIF, which is the California Interscholastic Federation, or which is a governing body for all sports activities.
Where do they check, like the heart, lungs?
It's pretty extensive. So we start off by doing vitals. And normally we have the high school health academy students help with that, with supervision by one of the DPMG health staff members. We also do height and weight. There's a vision requirement. There is an extensive list that they check all the joints. They do, the duck walk to make sure they're able to do that. They check flexibility. They do ear exams. They do a cardio exam as well. So it's quite extensive, and it's a standard form that we use for all the high schools, and that form is provided by CIF. A few of them have, and then they get, yeah, some of them do. Some of them, have little aches and pains, and we refer them back to their, primary care physician or their pediatrician to do some of those, or they require extensive additional, exams. So yeah, we've actually declined, and some of the students are not happy because they're looking forward to it. And the reason why we like to do them at the end of the school year is because then they're covered for the whole year next year. And some of the high schools, we even had the middle schoolers that are graduating, that the 8th graders are coming in, and now they're going to be freshmen. So the high schools relay the information over to the middle schools. So then some of those 8th graders do come in and do some of these sports physicals, so they're ready to go freshman year and all of their athletic activities.
I think as a parent, I would love this, right? Like, just, I'll go pick you up at 4
And you know what? And
the documents ahead of time, right?
they do. The parents find, they don't have to be on site. We see a lot of parents on their phone in the parking lot in their cars. And the students just come in into, typically we use the high school gymnasium at the high school. And it's a wild oil machine. So we have the check-in, and some of the high schools utilize the sports physicals. They ask the parents for a donation, and the donation goes directly into the booster club for the athletic department. So then they're able to utilize that to buy, equipment, baseballs, whatever, sporting equipment the high schools required. And the biggest clinic that we did was Palm Desert High School, and we did 425 student athletes that day in one day, in a 3-hour window.
Boys and girls, right?
Boys and girls, yes. Yeah, we even had some students that were finishing off a baseball game, and they came over in their uniform, and we saw them. So
Because it's hard to get them done at the physician's office, and then sometimes there's a long wait. You're in that middle window where you have to get it done.
and some of the physicians don't see this as a vital component, so they don't see it as a priority. So they say,
Too bad until some kid drops out of a heart attack.
yeah.
That's how
So
we're there.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
that's where we're there, and it's a great
Preventive.
thing because, some of these, the parents, they're very grateful for this. They come in and they say, this is wonderful, I didn't have to wait a couple of hours, it's within 1 hour, and we timed it. We normally select the student and say, okay, when you start, and we'll follow you all the way around, and then when they end, they said, oh, we did it in about 57 minutes, an hour. So we're able to kind of dictate how the pace is going. So, yeah, it's a wild little machine. If you're all available, we have a few tomorrow at CV High School and then EHS High School. Great question. Thank you.
Are there any questions regarding the information provided by Alejandro for DPMG?
Are we allowed comments on this?
Huh?
Are we allowed comments on this from over there? I was just, from what you went through, I mean, I see a great need or use for that over even where we are at the Jocelyn Center, we're probably 75% of our members are at or below the poverty line, and we do a food bank on Friday morning, which to me would be like the perfect scenario to combine it with the food bank and doing the clinic at the same time, so I don't know how, or we would.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Definitely, I would love to see how we could maybe partner up on that and work that into our programming.
No, that'd be wonderful, John. Yeah. We do partner with Jocelyn, when it comes around to the flu season. And we typically set up flu vaccination clinics, but yeah, we could have like a standing clinic. Just like we do have monthly, clinics where we come back every, the same time, same day every month. So we could maybe explore some of those
I love
options.
it.
Yeah, and then before you leave, I'll give you my business card.
Perfect.
And if you have yours.
Yeah, have it right here.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
It's actually a wait and line process too, so there's downtime. These people let them shop one at a time, so there's a long list, long line of people seated, of course, waiting. So that might be something to occupy or make use of that time too.
Definitely, yeah. We've coordinated a couple clinics with Alex and we use that room that's right next door. Where it has the theater, where it has a piano. Yeah. Mhm. Wonderful, great, perfect. Yeah, I'll give you my card before you. Wonderful, thank you.
And then, we'll move on to the Lestenac.
Lestenac, yeah, Saint Jean of Lestenac. Yes, it's named after a saint. It's a faith-based organization, based out of Orange
Saint of
County.
Eyes,
Huh?
the Saint of Eyes.
Saint. Yeah, there's a lot of, they're a faith-based institution and they do great work. So our partnership with them is for Vision Mobile Clinics. We did enter in a contract with them for 12 clinics that should have taken us all the way through September 30th of 2026. But once we launched the clinics, we saw the huge need out of the community. As I mentioned before at our board meetings, within 1 hour of us releasing the flyer and the registration portal, all 45 appointments get booked, so it's a very, very needed resource out in the community. So this particular vision clinic, for those of you that don't know, we don't do eye exams, we do eye screenings. So it's a vision test and we have a refractor machine, though, like the ones where you go up to the optometrist and say, which one is better, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. And they're able to gauge your prescription for glasses. As part of the process, they have a table with different glasses for women, men, and children, and they're able to select their own frame. And we take the prescription that they get from the reading from the machine, and they're able to utilize lenses that already have the prescription. So we select the lenses, and then they have a cutter. So they have a machine that analyzes the frame. And I don't know that all the glasses that we have a code inside of the frame. So they type in that code and it gives you the specs for the frame. And they're able to shave down that lens into the size of the frame. So they take out the old lenses, they pop in the new prescription lenses, and within an hour and a half, a community member is able to leave with an eye screening and a fresh pair of glasses, custom-made fresh pair of glasses in the same day. So really, really great resource for the community. So to date, we've done 9 clinics and we have done 530 vision screenings. We have dispensed 426 distance glasses that were cut on site. And we also dispensed 234 readers. And then we also had 77 community members that were referred for additional eye exams because they detected something, either a cataract or some kind of issue with the eye. We do have 2 remaining clinics. We have one tomorrow here in our building from 12 to 6, and then we have one more for the recovery home that we partner with out in Sky Valley to provide them glasses as well. Because we see that it's a huge need there, and they have multiple recovery homes and they'll come into one site and, we schedule the appointments already for them. So very, very successful, partnership with them. And we hope to continue the partnership. And there are some discussions, of us potentially exploring the purchase of a mobile unit. So instead of doing them once a month or twice a month, we'll be able to do these type of vision clinics 2-3 times a week. Out in the community, we could see school-age children, we could see adults. We've done this with farm workers. We've done them in low-income housing. We've done it with the high school. So it's a great partnership with Less Than Nine.
Someone that wears glasses to contact. I'm pretty happy that we're doing this because I remember, I guess my parents didn't find out that I needed glasses until I was in kinder, and I'm like, what did I miss?
Yeah.
But no, thank you for that information.
Yeah, we do get that. And a very unique thing is that we see folks that are insured and uninsured. Even the ones that have insurance, their vision might change, so their prescription glasses might not work. Or they sit down on them, they forget them, they break them, and then they have to walk around with a funny piece of tape holding the frame together until their vision, benefits, are re-upped, renewed with their insurance. So we also see some of those community members come through our door.
Yes, is this something that would be helpful for us to advertise in our newsletter that goes out once a week?
We could, yeah.
So I drive by, I live down the street, and so I drive by and I saw that sign, and I'm thinking, what is that?
Oh, you saw the community.
Yeah, so, that's something we can put in our e-newsletter, it goes out to 5,000 people, about 2,500 people open it each week. I don't know if you don't need that many more clients or what, but it's something we can do easily.
Yeah, wonderful. Good to know, yeah. All right.
Any other comments from the public?
Mhm.
Okay, we'll move on to the Pink Journey Foundation.
And then last but not least, the Pink Journey Foundation, another mobile unit operator, but this one operates a mammography screening mobile unit. So they have the equipment on board, this was RV size style mobile unit that does mammography screenings, uses the latest technology, operated by RadNet. So this one we have contracted with them to do 19 events out in the community, and we've had really, really great results with them. Our next scheduled event is once again in Volunteers in Medicine. We've got a couple of both services together, the pap smears and the mammograms. And we do have women that come in and do the mammogram and the pap smear that same day. And we receive really good feedback. We have several events planned for the remainder of the year. We are going to take a break in August due to the excessive heat, and the generators kind of start acting a little funny on those mobile units. But we will be resuming back in September. As I mentioned previously, we're also exploring the partnership with the Desert Cancer Foundation to do either on-site mammography screenings or registration for upcoming clinics. So that service, once again, is a specialty service that is needed out in the community. So we're glad to be able to provide these resources for the women.
Any comments? Sorry. Are there any public comments regarding the Pink Journey Foundation?
And I just want to make note that the last event that we hosted, I just got the data for this. On May 23rd, we hosted a mammography screening here at the RAP Foundation. We screened 37 women for mammograms, and 6 of them had to be called back for additional screenings. So that's the kind of, impact that we're making out in the community. These women were referred for additional testing, either a diagnostic ultrasound or biopsy, whatever the case may be. And our staff, primarily Belen, calls the women and helps them schedule appointments for the follow-up treatment. And also when the women receive the test results, we call them a couple of weeks after the event to let them know, like, hey, did you receive the results? Did you have any questions? What do you know exactly what that means? And, so we try to provide that safety net, and also like a low level of case management with some of these women that might require additional information or guidance in the process if they had some kind of abnormal reading that needs additional testing.
Any public comment? Okay, we'll move on to progress updates. There's none at this time. So I'll adjourn the program committee foundation meeting at 4:50 PM. Our next scheduled meeting will be on July 8th, 2026, and thank you all for joining us tonight.
Thank you.